Well, we start up front at the defensive tackle, defensive end position up front. Certainly, this has been a defensive front that's been largely a top 5 to 10 unit in the country for the last 4 or 5 plus years.
Mhm.
How do you see it transitioning into 2022?
It's hard to, follow the guy, or you never want to be the guy that replaces the guy. And that's what this past defensive line had to do. I mean, you're replacing names like, Montravius Adams in the past, Derek Brown, Dontavius Russell, and that's a few seasons removed, but that's the type of history that you were just addressing. Auburn has been known at times as defensive line U. We talked about us being running back U last time we were together. They could have made a case at a certain point for that. This was an area where we really thought we were going to get more production at the start of the season. Now, last year during the Alabama game, you saw actually what everybody expected out of them. They shut them down. And that was in large part to a lot of, I think, upperclassmen leadership there. Tony Fair, who's not going to be there at the defensive tackle position, the nose tackle position now. It's going to open up a lot of opportunities for other guys to be available and to make a difference on the defensive line unit. Colby Wooden is one of those. Now, there's been, if we want to talk about not necessarily scandals or issues still with Auburn, there was this rumor that Colby Wooden wasn't going to come back. That was a result of all the tumultuousness that we had with the coach situation in recent months. I think that has settled down now, from what I understand, that he's going to stay. He will be a clear starter there. I think Marquise Burks as well started to come on a lot at the defensive line position. He'll definitely be someone that you want to pay attention to. But if you want to encompass the rest of that, and I think you can kind of throw linebackers in here too. I know we'll talk about them more specifically in a second. The edge rushers, that's where you really find your stars. Iku Leota, Derek Hall. Iku transferred in from Northwestern the previous season and just made a name for himself for making the sack at the right exact time. Just a big sack moment type of guy. Derek Hall is arisen as not only a leader in terms of statistically and just making havoc for offensive lines, but he's also a leader off the field as well. You see him a lot at basketball games, leading cheers and being a part of, kind of the towing the company line, so to speak. So he's a very well-rounded player, great athlete, great Auburn guy. And so I think we're going to be really led by those edge rusher positions, Iku Leota and Derek Hall, and then allow some of these guys that are getting some more time in the middle to potentially kind of catch up.